Okay. Um, well, as you notice, Haley is not here today. We decided yesterday to hold off on recording this week. But I didn't want to leave you empty-handed. Um, and I wanted to take a moment to be real, because we do have a lot of fun on this show, and um, yeah, our message is hope even in the darkest of times. Um, and some weeks that's harder to do than others, and this has been one of those weeks. I also want to just be real with you, because we do laugh a lot, and we can make it seem like everything's fine, and everything is always perfect, and yet you'll notice that I'm way more dressed up than I usually am for a Haley's Weekly News recording. I want to take a few moments um to just update you on things. Uh, so last week, Haley received a new diagnosis, which means on my sheet of things, we'll have to add a new one to it, and it came with a new medication. And Haley's system didn't necessarily adjust very well to that, and she was having having some issues. Luckily, she was with us over the weekend. Mom and dad were out of town, and so we were able, uh, thanks to the superstar that is my wife, we were able to take care of it, and Haley will be fine. Um, Over time, this will help her energy level and help her with some of her pain. So we're very positive about it. It's taking her body a little time to adjust to it, and that's the reality of the situation, right? She's been on medication 95% of her life, and while this isn't anything new, it it, it does we do have to adjust to it and adapt to it, just like any of you would, and that's just the reality of it. And I'll just say that we've had it we've had it pretty good for most of Haley's life. Yes, she's been on uh, medication for her epilepsy as soon as we found out that she had epilepsy. But there are families like ours that go through this on a daily basis, and I part of this show is bringing the reality of that to you. And so when things come up, I want to be honest with you. I want to let you know, especially as we hit 100 subscribers last week. We were very thankful for you and tuning in and telling your friends about it. And with very little marketing work, we are gaining some success, and so thank you for that. The other piece of why we're not recording today is because we lost a dear friend on Saturday. Very unexpected and very tough. Uh, Many of you know, I don't deal well with emotions because I don't have them very often. And so when they break through my filter, it's pretty hard for me to deal with them. Um, Steve Eldridge was a huge part of Haley's life. He served the Haley Project through teaching on Wednesday nights in their Zacchaeus Place Wednesday night class, which grew from 5 to now we have close to 120 who come on a regular basis. Grew so much, in fact, that they had to remodel that part of the church so that way we could fit everyone in the room. And we're still busting at the seams. Steve was on a rotation of guys, so he would teach, every third week or so. And he had been teaching for 14 years. I don't know about you, but there are very few things in my life that I've done for 14 years, let alone things that I volunteered at. Steve was always prepared. Steve loved our guys, and he never missed an opportunity to hang out with them. And part of the reality of being in this community is we deal with death a lot, unfortunately. Haley and I's first funeral was Eric Rose. He was my age, but he was in Haley's special ed class. And we attended his funeral when I was in the third grade. I don't know why things like this happen. And it seems like if you're going to be born into this community, it would be nice if everything else was fine. And that's just not the way it goes. And life happens, and unfortunately, this is just one of those things where we have to grieve through it. And Haley's taking Steve's passing away pretty hard. We had a lot of moments over the weekend, a lot of crying moments. Ella was trying to make her feel better by playing dolls with her. Weston was trying to make her feel better by asking her a ton of questions that were random, and making her laugh, which is what he's best at. So it's kind of a tough week, and we just decided that it would be better if Haley didn't have to record today. And those are decisions that we'll make, and we won't make them often. Haley is super resilient. Haley is full of light and sunshine and laughter, even in the darkest moments. And so this won't happen very often, but the combination of everything that did happen kind of led to us postponing this. So we will be back next week with a new episode. But I didn't want to leave you with nothing. So I wanted to give you this update. Also wanted to let you know that Haley'sWeeklyNews.com is coming along smooth. And we are very excited to get that launched because it's going to be a great resource for families. And it's going to be a lot of fun to keep up to date and to post our content on it. And so be looking forward to that. And thank you. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And thank you for spreading the word. And we'll see you next week. Whenever you're ready, H.
Welcome back to Haley's Weekly News. But this week I have RJ with me, and I'm going to ask him some questions. So, am I being loud enough, JT, to hear you?
You're good.
RJ, tell me more about you.
Well, my name is RJ Soleyjacks. I am currently the principal here at Hamlet Elementary School here in Amarillo, Texas, where we have a school where we have a bunch of unique challenges where kids come to us with lots of issues. Some of our kids have complete homes, but many of our kids, most of them, 93% of them, come from low to moderate income homes, meaning that most of our kids are living in poverty. So I take our job here very seriously because we get a chance to be the lighthouse for our community and show kids how to chase your dreams appropriately. So I'm from Amarillo for the most part of my life. I've been in Amarillo for about 27 years. I came here from California. My father was in the Marines. And I'm proud to say I'm a first generation United States citizen chasing the American dream. So
that's awesome.
Yes, I'm having a really good time, and I'm thankful for you to be here today, Haley, interviewing
thank you.
me.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for having us. And why do you love being at Harvard? Hamlet, I meant.
I love being here at Hamlet because I truly feel like every day we make a difference. Our kids here, again, we come from just very, very unique situations. So we I truly feel like when I come through the door, every single day I interact with a child, that we are changing their life trajectory. So when I met your brother Justin, knowing that he loved golf and he had a passion to help kids, I think that was where it was a win-win situation for Hamlet and myself to say I love golf and I love kids, and know that golf is it's a skill. It truly is. It's a sport, but it is a skill that our kids need to have to be competitive with the whole world, because there are business deals done on golf courses. And you can get a job just by being good at golf. I know managers that will hire people so that they win their company tournament because it comes with bragging rights. So I love Hamlet because it's a place where you have a whole school of kids that you can truly help be successful. And I say, if Hamlet kids are successful, then all of Amarillo gets to be successful too.
That's a really good point. And if there were no barriers, what do you change in your community? Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm trying to pronounce.
No worries. If there were no barriers, what would I do to change my community, our community? I think if there was no barriers, my thing would be where our families would more interact with each other. They would get out of the houses and become neighbors again. I think that's the biggest barrier we have, is that, and for good reasons, everybody had to stay in because of COVID, and just take care of themselves and their family units. And now we're back in a time period where we need to actively become a community again. And I think that would be the biggest thing I would love to see in our community, is that people become aware of that and become just friendly. And when somebody has a question or they look confused, they ask, hey, can I help you? Especially if they know that, they're supposed to be there, or if they just see somebody coming around the corner who's a stranger, being able to say, hey, can I help you, without judging, because we've got a lot of things that we can't control going on in our world, but one thing we can always control is how we treat others.
That is true. We always need to treat people with respect.
100%. 100%.
Amen. Sometimes these days in this world, it's very hard
It
to
is.
treat people with respect.
It is, and that's why we just keep smiling. And if somebody says something negative to us, we just say, "I'm sorry you feel that way."
That's why I usually do sometimes.
Oh, okay. Sometimes people test us, huh, Haley?
Too much.
Right?
Dude,
Right?
you can cut this out if you want.
No, I'm leaving it in.
It is. I appreciate you so much, Haley. Like, this is so cool that you're turning into a leader yourself and saying, you know what, I want to make sure that I get an opportunity to share my voice too. So I appreciate you for being brave.
You're welcome. Sometimes I'm brave, sometimes I'm not. I just got years of practice speaking up front with my brother or my dad at conferences.
That's great. That's great. I can tell you're very, you're just very witty, and I love that about you.
Thank you.
You have any other questions you need to ask?
I can't think of any.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Well, thank you for having me again, Haley. I appreciate you so much.
Thank you for inviting us to be at your school for the day. For the morning.
Yes, I hope you have a good time, and you get to see some of our kids doing their best job today.
Yep. And I go to preschool in a few hours.
Oh, which one?
Southwest Monastery.
That's cool. What do you get to do over there?
I'm usually at the door, get their waters, take kids to the bathroom if they need to, and stuff like that.
Oh, that's good. That's a big responsibility. So I appreciate you for helping the kids out too.
Thank you.
Good?
Yeah.
All right.